Today, we are diving into the darkest, most terrifying, and completely unforgettable corners of cinema. Whether you love psychological mind games, supernatural hauntings, or pulse-pounding survival thrillers, we are counting down the top 10 horror movies that will literally haunt your dreams. Lock your doors, check the basement, and let's get into it. Kicking off our list at number 10, we have the incredibly tense supernatural thriller The Black Phone. Set in 1978, 13-year-old Finney is abducted by a sadistic, mask-wearing serial killer known as the Grabber, played brilliantly by Ethan Hawke. Trapped in a soundproof basement, Finney's only hope is a disconnected black phone on the wall that suddenly begins to ring. On the other end, the ghosts of the killer's previous victims, desperately giving Finney the clues he needs to survive. It's dark, it's thrilling, and it will keep you on the edge of your seat. At number 9, we have the unpredictable, mind-bending nightmare that is Barbarian. Imagine driving to Detroit in the pouring rain, only to find your Airbnb has been double-booked by a creepy stranger. Despite every red flag screaming at her to leave, Tess reluctantly stays the night. But the stranger upstairs is the least of her worries, because the basement hides a sprawling, subterranean secret that defies all logic. Do yourself a favor, go into this movie completely blind. It is a wild, unpredictable ride. Creeping into number 8 is the psychological masterpiece, Heretic. Two young Mormon missionaries knock on the wrong door and find themselves trapped in the home of the charming yet deeply sinister Mr. Reed, played by Hugh Grant. What starts as a polite theological debate quickly spirals into a deadly intellectual game of cat and mouse. Mr. Reed forces the girls to navigate a literal and psychological maze designed to break their faith and their sanity. It is dialogue-heavy, deeply unsettling, and completely terrifying. Number 7 demands absolute silence. A Quiet Place drops us into a post-apocalyptic world overrun by indestructible, blind alien creatures with hypersensitive hearing. If they hear you, they hunt you. We follow the Abbott family as they survive by communicating strictly in sign language and walking on paths of sand. But with a pregnant mother and a baby on the way, absolute silence is a ticking bomb. This movie is a masterclass in tension. You won't even want to chew your popcorn. Floating down to number 6, we have the 2017's It. Welcome to Derry, Maine, where every 27 years an ancient, shape-shifting entity awakens to feed on the town's children. Taking the form of Pennywise the Dancing Clown, this monster manifests as your absolute worst, most paralyzing fears. It's up to a group of outcast kids known as the Losers Club to band together, conquer their personal demons, and fight back. It's a brilliant mix of terrifying scares and a beautiful coming-of-age story. Breaking into the top 5 is the movie that traumatized an entire generation, Hereditary. Following the death of their secretive grandmother, the Graham family is plunged into a living nightmare. As grief threatens to tear the family apart, they begin to uncover a dark, inescapable, and deeply supernatural legacy passed down through their bloodline. Toni Collette delivers the performance of a lifetime in this incredibly intense, slow-burn psychological horror that hits you with twists you will never, ever see coming. At number 4, the hunters become the hunted in Don't Breathe. 3 young thieves in Detroit think they've found the ultimate easy score, breaking into the house of a wealthy blind veteran. They couldn't be more wrong. The veteran is a highly trained killer who locks down the house, plunging them into absolute darkness. What follows is a silent, breathless fight for survival, where one wrong step means instant death. Oh, and the basement, it holds a secret that changes everything. Taking the bronze at number 3 is the modern classic that launched a cinematic universe, The Conjuring. Based on the case files of real-life paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, we travel to a secluded 1971 Rhode Island farmhouse. The Perron family is being terrorized by a malevolent entity tied to a historic, dark curse. From clocks stopping at 3:07 a.m. to terrifying games of hide and clap, the scares are relentless, methodical, and flawlessly executed. Coming in at number 2 is Jordan Peele's groundbreaking social thriller, Get Out. When Chris travels upstate to meet his white girlfriend's parents for the weekend, their overly accommodating behavior seems like simple, awkward tension. But soon, Chris notices deeply unsettling behavior from the staff and guests. Then comes the teacup, the hypnotherapy, and the terrifying paralysis of the sunken place. It's a brilliant, suspenseful, and horrific fight for survival that redefines the modern thriller. And finally, taking the absolute number 1 spot, Stanley Kubrick's atmospheric masterpiece, The Shining. Aspiring writer Jack Torrance moves his family to the isolated, snowed-in Overlook Hotel for the winter. But the hotel is alive, carrying a violent history that slowly drives Jack into utter murderous insanity. Meanwhile, his son Danny uses his psychic ability, The Shining, to witness the hotel's terrifying ghosts. From the blood in the elevators to the haze maze chase, it is the ultimate cinematic nightmare and the greatest horror movie ever made. And there you have it, 10 horror movies guaranteed to give you nightmares. But I want to know what you think. Did your favorite terrifying movie make the list? Or is there a hidden gem I completely missed? Let me know down in the comments. If you survived this video and want more cinematic countdowns, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe. Until next time, leave a light on, and I'll see you in the next video.